Authorities will this morning make a second attempt to evacuate 300 people from a flood-stricken town after heavy rain thwarted rescue efforts yesterday. Residents in the Indigenous community of Wujal Wujal say they had to wade through crocodile-infested waters to get to higher ground.
A major flood warning is still in place for the Murray River, while some towns across the region remain isolated with no power. The Weather Bureau has warned residents to remain vigilant, even though rainfall is slowing. Let's get the latest from Ariana Levy at QFES headquarters now. Ari, so take us through the latest and what's happening today.
Good morning, Emma. Well, emergency service authorities say that today they're still in a response phase. Now, we've heard that there are still several communities in the Far North that are still isolated and cut off by the floodwaters. Still major roads are flooded and inundated, so not able to travel to and from. Now, we've heard from emergency services that the main hub where personnel were sent up to, so that includes Queensland Ambulance Service, Fire and Rescue, SES personnel, as well as the ADF. They were sent to Townsville yesterday as everyone was unable to sort of get into Cairns itself. Today they are set to be deployed to help resupply those isolated communities with basic necessities like food and water, so that operation is already very much underway. We've also heard from the Cairns airport this morning. They are set to be operational this morning, and there will be another update as of 8 a.m, but the airport is encouraging individuals to contact airlines specifically as to whether or not commercial flights will be flying in and out. They will provide more information as the day progresses. They did spend most of yesterday, so Monday, clearing debris from the aerodrome as it was inundated by floodwaters on Sunday. We saw incredible vision of planes that were just completely submerged. Now today as well, police are resuming a search for an 85-year-old man who was last in contact with friends on Sunday night, at 10 o'clock in Dagara, a community just north of Wujal Wujal. They say that they are continuing that search. They believe that he may have taken shelter elsewhere but is yet to make contact with authorities. So that search is very much continuing with boats being deployed out to Wujal Wujal. And they're hoping that today most of the focus is going to be on that Indigenous community of Wujal Wujal to sort of help evacuate the town, that operation, and continue operations as they go.
And is that definitely going to go ahead today? Because we heard yesterday there were plans to evacuate Wujal Wujal, but what about today?
Yeah, Emma. So yesterday the plans sort of were initiated by the State Disaster Control Centre here in Queensland. They became particularly concerned when several people were seen trapped on the roof of a clinic, 9 people, including a 7-year-old child. Now, thankfully, they were able to self-evacuate and get to higher ground, but they did have to, as mentioned earlier, walk through croc-infested waters. Now, crocs do come with the territory in Far North Queensland, so it was a major concern, and we did actually see a croc spotted in Ingham, which is just a little bit south of Innisfail yesterday, a 2.8 metre croc. So there were major concerns for the community there. So that plan was in place from here, ensuring that they would be able to evacuate the entire town of 200 people. Now, that evacuation plan is still very much underway, and we heard from this Deputy Commissioner this morning, Shane Shalepi, who explained what exactly is going to happen.
So this morning our focus is still on the evacuation of Wujal Wujal. We've dispatched small aerial resources that way this morning in preparation for a larger evacuation later in the day with the assistance of ADF. We know we've got between 250 and 300 people to evacuate out of that town today, and I'm very pleased with the preparations that have occurred.
So the main messaging for residents today is to avoid floodwaters if possible. It is still very much an ongoing and changing situation.
Certainly is. Ari, thank you.